Hunt 'em Big with Steve Bartylla. Brought to you by Bush Hog, Easton, Reconics, Heater Bodysuit, and by Wildlife Research Center.
As it applies to hunting, there are so many factors that we can't control. We can't control if the neighbor has an estrus doe running around on their place. We can't control if the farmer decides to spread manure on the field today. Just on and on. It's so many things. The weather, all of a sudden there it is, peak of the rut, and geez, let's have a hot flash go through to the point where it's 30 degrees above normal. All sorts of things we can't control. That's why, for me, a big part of my entire approach to hunting is to address as many little details as we can. Now, no, that doesn't change the fact that we can't control all these other things, but the more things we can control, the less things that go wrong. Starts with practicing. Practice for hunting, not for 3D tournaments. Put up tree stands, practice from tree stands, practice from ground blinds. Shoot very long distances. When you shoot long distances, no, you're not going to go ahead and take a 100-yard shot at a deer, but you know what? If you practice out to 100 yards, that 30-yard shot sure seems easy. It goes ahead and identifies everything that's wrong with your form. If you have any type of equipment issues, need tuning. Mock scrapes. Any and everybody can go out and make mock scrapes, and those are nice little difference makers for us. Now, what you do is you go ahead and you put mock scrapes around your tree stand. You point that, you make it so that licking branch is pointing back towards the stand, so now when that deer comes through, not only have you practiced to make the shot, but his attention is focused away from you on that licking branch, making that scrape, giving you all the time in the world at a known distance to come to full draw, pick that spot, and shoot. Make trails going to and from your stand through grassy areas that you're going to brush up against things. If it's your own ground, go ahead and take the bush hog out there and cut a trail through that grass. Now, as you're walking through, you're not brushing up against all this stuff, leaving odors behind. If you're going to hunt that area more than once, that's very important. We educate far more deer after we leave the woods than we ever did while we were in it. When you're walking through areas that it doesn't make sense to cut trails through, but you're afraid you're going to go ahead and cross deer trails, just take boot pads and put non-estrus doe urine on those boot pads. So now you're leaving that odor. It doesn't eliminate the human odor, but it helps to set deer at ease. When you're hanging that stand, if you do not have a tree that offers great cover, go ahead and cut some branches. Add it to the tree. Manufacture that cover for yourself. When that trail splits before that stand, go ahead and pile up a little bit of brush. Does that mean that the deer won't go around that brush to use a trail that you can't cover? No, but it encourages them. Block those other creek crossings, the ones that are in downwind areas with a little bit of brush. Heck, you can do this stuff on public land. You can't cut trees, but you can sure go ahead and collect brush, the fallen branches and such, and stack them. The point is always ask yourself what you can do to improve these locations. What factors can you control?
Hunt 'em Big with Steve Bartylla. Brought to you by Bush Hog, Easton, Reconics, Heater Bodysuit, and by Wildlife Research Center.
There's all sorts of things out there that we can't control. Okay? But by focusing on the little things that we can, we stack the odds in our favor, and we increase our odds of actually making it happen out in the deer woods.